Hi everyone, so today we're going to look at H2O Innovation and I'm going to show you why this stock is worth looking into. Alright, so we're going to start by looking at the financial statement and then other points that I want to show you of why H2O Innovation might be a good buy. So first we can see that the revenue has been increasing constantly year over year, and that on top of this the gross profit also is increasing, which is always a good sign. This means that the company is not only generating more revenue, but it's also increasing its margins. Alright, let's jump into the balance sheet. And the first thing I want to show is that if we look at the current ratio, we can see that in 2020 it's above 1, even in 2019. What this means is that H2O Innovation has enough current liquid assets to pay off all his current debt in the next 12 months. You can see here in the 2020 the long-term debt is only $13 million, which is even less than the current assets, which is a very good sign. Alright, so now if we look at the cash flow statement, we can see that the net cash provided by operations has been also nicely increasing. Here for the cash flow, it's also increasing very rapidly in the recent years. This is a good thing, and remember, the free cash flow is what's left behind in the hands of the company at the end after paying all the expenses, so it's a good thing to see that it's growing. And remember, H2O Innovation is a growing company. It's in a growth phase. So these free cash flows can be reinvested in the company and can be used to finance projects and other investments to help the company grow without necessarily borrowing debt to finance those projects. So this is a very good thing to see. Here we can see that the company issued common stock in 2020 and 2019 here. And usually this can be a red flag because this is going to lead to share dilution, which means that every single share is going to earn less. But in the case of H2O Innovation, this is justified. So here we can see that the company acquired Gulf Utility Service in 2020 and Genesis International in 2019. And this is why the company issued more stocks in order to being able to finance these new acquisitions. So this is justified, and since it's a growing company, these acquisitions are going to help make more revenue for the company. So that's not a problem for me. So here, concerning the synergies of the acquisitions in the website of H2O Innovation, it says, we have recently seen two significant examples of real synergy and integration opportunities that created value for our customers, and this has been said by the Chief Strategic Officer of H2O Innovation. What this tells me is that H2O Innovation is making good acquisitions that are actually helping create more value and helping the company grow. On top of this, here we can see that there is a 80.2% recurring revenues in 2019, and this jumped to 90.2% recurring revenues in 2020. This is a very good sign. It shows that the client is continuing to use the H2O Innovation service and products, and that the synergy between the acquisitions is working. Now this is a very good thing to see. It also shows some stability in the revenues of H2O Innovation. Here's the investor presentation of H2O Innovation. So what I want to show here is that H2O Innovation's business model is diversified. And what I mean by that is that H2O Innovation has multiple segments. So the first being water treatment services, specialty products, and operation and maintenance. And why is that a good thing? Is that the revenue isn't only coming from one source, but it's coming from multiple sources. So the next thing I want to show you here is the fact that H2O Innovation signed contracts with big players such as Tesla and Amazon. Alright, so if we look at this here, it says H2O Innovation has secured the engineering contract to design two identical reverse osmosis trains with the largest electric vehicle in the United States, the factory of which based in Texas. So here, without saying the name, because H2O Innovation is not allowed to disclose the name of the company, we can think of Tesla. Now if you look here, it says that in the past, H2O Innovation has worked with several major clients, including the largest merchant of product on the web. So this here is hinting towards Amazon. And here, just like with the Tesla contract, it's H2O Innovation is not allowed to disclose the name of the clients, but we can assume here that it's Amazon. So the fact that the big players chose H2O Innovation, which is a small cap company still growing, is already telling me that H2O Innovation is a solid company. But also, having done business with them is showing me that this can lead to more opportunities and bigger projects for the future. Alright guys, so one of the reasons why this company is interesting putting aside other aspects, is first here we can see that the United Nations estimates that water use is currently 6 times greater than it was in 1900, and that demand will increase an additional 20 to 30% by 2050. And what's important here to look at is that we can see that the population is growing, and it says that there's an estimate of 1 billion more people by 2030, and that here it says 44 countries face levels of water scarcity where on average over 40% of their available water reserves is withdrawn every year. So ultimately what this means is that what the company is offering is something that the world currently needs and will need for the future years, and that's a good thing. That means that the demand is going to continue to increase for H2O Innovation services and products. Alright guys, so that was it for H2O Innovation. If you found this useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you.